boss, your fucking dad, your brother, your whoever you want to be. Kas1187, here with my blood bros, Tennek127 and ArtfulVengeance, and we got a special guest today. His name is God of Death 614. You may hear us refer to him as BB because God of Death is 3 words, and I'm too lazy to say that many words when I talk to people. And normally, you'd be watching a Bloodborne stream with us right now. However, tonight we're just all on different games. We're all bullshitting, chatting, and we got to talking, and we said, yeah, why don't we just start streaming and, you know, start talking about some of these little topics that we promised you guys we would start doing, random ass topics and shit. So, without further ado, everybody feel free to say hello.
Hey guys, what's going on? Tennek127 here. Since I'm hosting it, you'll be seeing a little bit of Onigiri gameplay, which is an action RPG and MMO that just came out October 6th. Yeah, Suzuki Yamiha! And all that, and all that good stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and like what you see. While we ramble on and talk about what were we discussing again?
Well,
past versus present.
Yes.
That's right.
The young sir God of Death 614. From now on, I'm just gonna say Geo. No, never mind. Oh my God, never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
BB
Just say.
was just explaining.
I never got to formally introduce
Oh,
myself.
okay. Go ahead. Say what's up to everybody.
He's the artist formerly known as Prince.
That's what we got. Let me introduce myself. All right. Yo,
Okay,
it's your boy Ro. God of Death.
Please
You know,
die.
God.
Don't,
Die. Kill yourself.
don't.
No, it's okay. Oh. What you guys do if I actually talk like that the whole time?
Shut up.
Probably kill you.
Okay. Well, guys, just so you guys know, we were trying to think of a topic, and something just came up about God of Death being off school tomorrow and through Monday, and I was like, what the fuck? I said, well, how the fuck do you still get Columbus Day off? You know, you're not supposed to get that bullshit day off anymore. As you know, we were all, if you're from our generation, which me, Tennek, and Artful are in our mid-20s, if you're from our generation, then you know that we grew up having Columbus Day off. And, we kind of learned as we got older that motherfucker was an asshole. He really didn't discover America. And he was a piece of shit. And most schools now don't give that day off. In fact, I work with kids in a different district, and none of them have off tomorrow. So we found out this little shithead. No, he's not a shithead, but this little punk has.
Is that what I am to you?
Yes, he has off tomorrow through Monday for a bullshit ass holiday. So we said, "Oh, why don't we just talk about past versus present?" You know what I mean? So hopefully there's a little good mix of.
Hey, what's up, Vesper?
Vesper?
Sorry to interrupt you, Cass. Yes, sir.
He watched us a couple days ago, right?
Yep.
I remember that. Hey, Vesper, how you doing, man? If you're just listening, like we said, we're going to be talking about past versus present. So we're going to talk about, I don't know how old you are, Vesper, but maybe you're around our age, maybe you're around God of Death's age. However, we're just, want to compare some shit. We started talking about how this motherfucker has off for 4 days for bullshit Columbus Day. Which, as you should know by now, is not a real holiday anymore.
It should be called Native American Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Native American Day.
Hey, to honor all those Native Americans that died that day. I mean, all those days that Columbus decided to step foot on this country.
Yeah, let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
Said, come here, Pocahontas, come here.
Yeah, he Pocahontas, alright.
Yeah. Come here, Pocahontas.
And then,
Alright. Vesper said he's in his 20s.
Kill all of Pocahontas' family.
Cool. That's
Cool. So you're close to our generation then.
Yes.
Shit, I got something in my eye.
God of Death is in high school, and we tried to explain to him earlier that we're not in the same generation. And I said, you're Generation X. And he had a funny line. He said, no, I'm Generation Sex. Apparently, that is what he wants to be known as from now on as his generation. He wants to be known as Generation Sex.
That's our
he's-
generation, because our generation's all about. I'm going to get all up in that today, okay? I'm going 50 Shades of Grey all up in you, but 100 Shades because I've read the book too.
Yeah.
So, which brings me to my first memory. God of Death, you taught this generation sex. However, I'll share a little something with the podcast today. The first time I ever got a touch of vagina was on a school bus, and I was 14 years old. I was riding
Well,
the school bus on the way to Middletown High School in Middletown, Delaware. Don't look me up, because I'll shoot you in the face if you try to. However, I'm just kidding. Add me on whatever social network you want. But look, so yeah, God of Death may think that he's Generation Sex, but my generation, we were a little more daring, and I may have done things with, in unfinished houses while our neighborhood was still being built.
No, what'd you just say about my generation?
So anyway,
You say y'all beat us in sex? Do you know what we do now? We go in the bathroom and we just do it all day.
Yeah, all fucking
yeah,
day.
all day, the whole
Yeah,
school
all
day. You just
The
go in
whole
there and
school
pound
day.
all day,
Yeah.
We
right?
just sit in there, holding each other
Dick.
close and just going ham, okay? All you hear is this when you walk in. You hear,
But you failed to mention any females being in that bathroom, so...
it doesn't have to be.
alrighty. Guys, I'm sorry. I gotta admit, for a young kid, he's a funny kid. I'm cracking up over here because apparently all they do in school all day is have sex in bathrooms.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't
The
go to
whole
class.
day.
Yep.
Nobody looks for them.
Nope. They get off the bus, they go to the bathroom, and they hammer each other until the school
They
day's
don't
over.
even have lockers anymore. They just have condom dispensers right outside the bathroom.
No, that's true. Some high schools have that now.
I can't breathe. 24-hour stamina,
I'm not lying.
apparently.
I'm not lying.
They fuck all day, without ever busting.
Well,
until the
Vesper
school
said it
after
happened to
hours.
his school.
Oh,
No,
shit.
I'm not lying. Like they literally have condom dispensers. Like they just like.
Why?
You
What
guys
the
don't have
hell?
sex already.
Wait,
Wow.
at
Because I'm
your
telling
school,
you, this
no,
generation,
no.
they said we know you guys are gonna do it already. Might as well help you guys instead of making you guys have like kids. Shit.
yeah, instead of making you guys have kids.
I've searched it up. I've searched it up. I mean, a lot of schools
Did you
have
search
condom
it?
dispensers.
Yeah, but
Yes.
yours doesn't.
Mine doesn't,
Rip.
of course. Mine,
Yeah,
the
they're
reason mine
available,
doesn't is because it's like the #1
Yeah, that weapon has no durability.
academics in this state.
But look, they're also available. Guys, if you're younger and you're still in high school, understand. If you're thinking about doing anything, I gotta, at my age, I gotta
Buy
encourage.
a condom.
I gotta encourage you. Yeah, you don't have to buy it. That's the whole point. Nowadays, your
They're
school,
free.
even back in my day,
Just
school
Go to
carries
the
them.
clinic.
learn how to get a
Yep.
strong pull-out game.
Or you could go. Shut up.
Yeah.
You could go. A pull-out
Yeah, 'cause
game is
that's
not gonna
aggressive.
stop you from getting your dick burned off.
All it takes is a drop.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
You can
no,
go
it doesn't matter,
to the
yo.
office. If the office doesn't have it, the nurse's office will.
Yo,
Somewhere-
but you
somewhere
can
in
hold
there
it all
carries
in.
condom.
Yeah, they're
Alright,
even
unless you're going to put a
clinics.
clothespin on the end of your dick, you're not holding it in.
What are you talking about, yo? You can nut on her face instead, like, just put it in
No,
for a
man,
few seconds
Generation
on her
Sex.
face.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Generation sex.
Generation sex.
Don't judge Generation Sex, okay? We know everything.
No,
I
Or you think you
researched
know
a lot
everything.
of sex positions, okay? No lie, I've tried to
And
learn
have
the
practiced them on all your male friends. That's wonderful. Nobody cares.
best. Yes, including you.
No.
No,
Yes, you're the
'cause
number
I'm
one
not your
test.
friend.
I never said you were my friend. You were just one of the test numbers. I was like,
Well, before we go further onto that whole sex topic, this is funny. This is really funny, seeing the differences. I know I never sounded that wild the way God of Death does right now, but I don't know. Then again, I'm
It's
not
'cause
14,
he's fucking
15,
crazy.
16 anymore, so I don't remember how I used to act back then. But I think something that's very interesting.
Vesper
Right
said, "What is
now-
self-control?"
I heard that. Trust me. On a real tip, Vesper, there's no such thing as self-control, man. No matter how
Nope.
hard you try. But something I think is interesting nowadays, the hairstyles for these kids. I don't recall anybody being that loud with their hair and especially in black culture, surprisingly. Back then, I remember, the one thing is you had pointed sideburns all the way down as long as you could. Either a standard cut or maybe a fade, but even fades weren't that big at that time. They kind of fell off for a little bit, and then came out later in the late 2000s, like started becoming more
Oh,
popular.
you mean how?
Nowadays you get kids with mohawks, dyed hair, all sorts of designs. I can't recall seeing one kid with a design in high school that I can remember.
That's because now we're trying to show the ladies that we're ready for Generation Sex.
Yeah, by what? Wearing tight jeans and freaking mohawks?
Yes.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I watched the kid walk into
skinny
skinny jeans. I was like, you're gay.
And
Like,
the shit's
I
popular
don't-
too. It's nuts.
I don't support skinny jeans because I don't
Like
know why
the style
guys want to wear
was
tight.
cool, when it got to the point where like, polos were actually becoming a thing and stuff like that. And then the
Yeah.
clothes just randomly got tight out of nowhere. Like the whole
Yeah.
point of sagging our pants once upon a time was so that they weren't tight. Now we're wearing extremely tight pants and sagging them anyway.
Yeah, I'll admit, right now, my preference, I really do like wearing khakis. I like on the slimmer side, but I could never do skinny khaki or skinny jeans. They just, I don't know. It's too much up in that area, too much tightness. It's just not comfortable to me. But I do agree. I do think that style has taken a good turn as far as the tops that we're wearing, because a lot of the kids now are dressing, looking a little more appropriate. When we were in high school, I look back now and I love it still. I think back to this day, you were considered fresh if you came in with a
Just
big
wearing
ass crisp white tee. As long as that shit was clean. Shout out to my boy Matt. They used to come at him for wearing a not so clean white tee. But as long as you had any colored t-shirt and it was big and you had baggy jeans and fucking Air Ones or any fucking sneakers, it didn't even matter. White tees were the thing, man. Big tees that was everything, and you could spend all the money you needed to on jeans because all you needed to pay was $5 for a crisp white tee. Those were the days.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But I look back at pictures now and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not wearing a fucking 5X white tee anymore. And at that time, they said you'd grow out of it, and you never really thought you would, but now here we are,
Damn it.
grown-ass men. And I sure as hell ain't wearing no big-ass white tee
Wearing
anymore.
a big dick on your chest.
Yeah, a big dick on our chest. Only you would come up with that shit.
So,
You got a
baby,
problem? I could put what
what are the girls like in high school nowadays?
no loyalty.
He
just
doesn't
want to
know.
fuck the shit out of your brains. Okay?
No
Still
loyalty.
trying to
They
figure it
want-
out.
It's true, yo.
Well, look,
Like
this is one
I've
thing
been
that
trying
I
to stay
think-
a nice guy. But like it's
That never
driving to the
works.
point where I'm just like join everybody else and just beat shit out of every girl I see and just fucking pound her till like it's like plain mushy marshmallow shit.
Even Vesper
Yeah.
said your junk needs room to move and breathe in those damn skinny
I
jeans.
heard that. Word to Vesper on that one. Yes, BB. You know what? Take advice. We try to help Artful's brother, and he might have caught on later, but hey, man, have fun right now. You want some tips on how to be an asshole? You got 3 assholes in here you could ask. You can take notes. No, I'm just kidding. Vesper seems like
Do
an
I
asshole. like
have
that, too.
3 assholes? I know I have 3 assholes.
Oh
Talk to
my
me.
god, here we go. But look, to me, and I think that Artful and Tennek can both agree, I feel like these kids look young as shit nowadays. Like, you see the high schoolers and they look like they're 10. And I don't remember that being our way. When we had a couple small kids in our class, but I
Yeah.
always felt like there was a lot of girls who started really matured as far as their bodies were concerned, like early on, like 8th grade,
Yeah.
9th grade, everybody was like already looking, sexified. And now you look like 10-year-olds dressing like little hookers and shit. I don't.
That's because
Pretty
girls
much.
sell their pussies for dick. That's how they're gonna sell it.
Yeah. They just sell it for
Oh my God.
No, so BB, what's the average height you think of like a guy and girl in your class like right now?
In my
Because I
class,
feel like all you
it's
kids, I feel like all you kids are
probably
shorter.
like, I don't know, probably like 5'4". That's the highest I've seen. Like, that's
Holy
the average.
fuck!
When we were in
Jesus
ninth grade,
Christ.
when we were in ninth grade, the average like male in Middletown, it was for the whole school, but it was like 6 foot was the average, or something like that, or like 5'11", somewhere around there.
We're shrinking because the pussy's getting pounded too hard.
Yeah, the pussy's getting pounded too hard, so y'all are
That
shrinking.
is exactly why you guys are shrinking.
Yeah.
We're getting shorter, but all the growth is going to our
The men of our generation's cocks are so long, they're just hitting you in your head over and over while you're in the
And shrinking them down.
cervix, so you shrink.
Crushing them.
Did anybody else hear this guy?
What do you say?
Can't do it, man. As you guys know, this is our first guest we've ever had on the podcast stream so far.
And it's also the last guest.
Up. I'm sorry. This little motherfucker just said, he said, we're shrinking because all the growth is going to our penis.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think that's hilarious.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Hold on, I gotta take a break. I can't stop laughing.
I'm serious.
Okay.
We walk in the
good.
doorway, we can't fit because
Yeah. How do you get into the bathroom to have sex for 24 hours? That's what I want to know.
because they
Well, you
extended.
just fucking roll your dick over your body and fucking roll in there?
No, because they extended it, yo. They extended the bathroom. So they had like little
Yeah, they
holes
extend.
inside
Yeah.
for you to like slowly like try to fit it in and then get in.
Cause, yep.
Interesting.
Apparently,
girls'
if
lips
you're in
are
high
huge,
school
too.
nowadays, you have this problem.
You guys know about
Apparently,
the Kylie Jenner
you
challenge?
don't need buses anymore. You just roll in on your dick. Take the rocks off before class.
But you can. It's like a certain way you have to roll in, or you're gonna break your dick.
Yes, that's exactly what's gonna happen. A certain way you have to roll in, or you're gonna break your dick.
Yo, is there any of the young people on this podcast? Like, cause I mean, they relate to what I'm saying.
Hey, BB,
like,
are you
all
on
the-
Twitter or anything like that? You
Right
should,
now, no. On
you
Facebook,
should,
yeah, Facebook. I got a Facebook right now.
well, you should be
Oh yeah, I
sharing
do
the
got
link.
Twitter. I do got Twitter. Oh
'Cause if you have
no!
friends, they
Little
can share the
fucking
link.
Yeah.
the little worm is eating me. Oh, God. All right.
1 second.
Alright.
And I'm back.
I'm gonna put my dick all up inside of you.
Oh, man.
That's the song
We
we
got
be
this
singing,
little
right?
motherfucker started.
Be a teenage horn dog all over again.
That's what it is. Everyone.
Vesper, the game's
Like, you
called
see guys.
Onigiri. It's a free-to-play MMO on PS4, PC, and Xbox One. I believe you said you were a PC gamer, so if you go to I think onigirigame.com, you can download it for free.
Oh, pay attention.
Hey, what was I about to say? Oh, did you tweet a link to this, Tennek?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to retweet this right now. And this is going to be able. People can hear from the beginning, right? When
Yep.
they load it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, guys. Unfortunately, I would have retweeted this a while ago. However, I was doing my iPhone update. I know the update's been out for a couple weeks now, but you know, sue me.
Yeah, the game actually
much
just came out on consoles 2 or 3 days ago.
How do you like it, Mike?
It's pretty good so far. It's not bad. Servers definitely need some work. There's a lot of lag and stuff. I mean, it's a few days after launch, so it's normal.
Right. It kind of makes me feel like you don't really like it.
Oh my God.
I like it. I actually like it a lot. I'm just lost and irritated right now.
I got another little interesting little tidbit to talk about here. What the fuck is this?
Yo, I'm sitting here watching our podcast, Wow.
Paul Connor?
I'm trying to deal. Don't listen. Or I'm gonna turn up the volume on my TV, then I'm gonna turn up the volume on my headset. I'm gonna put them right next to each other so we can hear each other. Like,
And then you will see God of Death was booted from the party.
No, actually, I was thinking about how. What the fuck? This dumbass phone. I was thinking about something interesting to talk about. Would be what we used to do after school versus what these kids are doing after school nowadays. Because
we look
I
each
like
other
the
in the
game.
eyes and we do 50 Shades of Grey all over.
All right, look.
Yeah.
No, but what I was saying is, like, you know, sometimes I'm online after when God of Death is home and he comes home from school and he's he jumps online. I truly didn't really get into getting on every video game until probably maybe like the end of high school, because that's when like PS2 was being able to be played online and shit. But even then, I still enjoyed leaving the house and doing shit. And I just think about how, from how as long back as I can remember, you know, I get home, the first thing I want to do is go outside. My mom used to come home later than I did, and I wasn't even supposed to be out until she got home, so I used to sneak the fuck out all the time, and then just try to get back in, you know, before she would make it home, and then I would go back outside. And my grades suffered because I never did my fucking homework. I'd always tell her I was done, but you know, I had a blast. We used to fucking play ball, or even once we were in like high school and we didn't always play ball. We used to just chill on someone's porch and just walk around the neighborhood and try to get girls and do a bunch of shit. It was fun. And nowadays, I feel like, yeah, that's what you need to be doing, man. That's what I'm saying. Nowadays,
I play football. I do not need to be doing all this, okay?
yes,
all
you
I'm gonna be
do.
doing is play for 2 hours, and then somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, it's 6 o'clock."
My thing is like,
No,
how do you
here's the
not
problem.
want to do that?
No, here's the problem, man. See, everybody wants to do something when they're not allowed to do it. Okay?
Right.
I'm allowed to walk to Walmart. I'm allowed to walk to Walgreens. I'm allowed to do all that.
So you don't want to
when
do
I
anything.
wasn't allowed, I used to do it all the time anyway because I just love doing it. Now that I'm allowed,
I guess. I don't know. I just feel like it's been a big shift towards everything indoors. A lot of the kids I work with, they like don't fucking do anything besides play video games. It's like a struggle teaching them to do other activities. Whereas even probably the biggest game influenced at that time out of the three of us, which would be Tennek, even when we were growing up with him, he would come out the fucking house. He went through a stint where he played basketball. He used to, you know, he hang out with us, do shit, whatever. And he loved video games too, still just as much as he does today. But I just felt like
that's not me.
back
I
then-
learn everything fast. I just play outside, you know. I look in the eyes.
yeah, well, back then we were eager to go outside. Go to girls' house. We used to go to those little. We used to go to some little hoe's house back in the day. We're gonna omit
That's
any
a
names
problem.
just in case anybody from the neighborhood is listening.
I know, right?
That's the problem, yo.
we used to
You go to
hang
a
out
hoe's
there a
house
lot.
instead of finding a girl's house and they be like, "You my new hoe."
No. Anyway.
They don't.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of these kids, you know, that's all they want to do as soon as they get home, and none of them really know how to talk to anybody or really do anything. I grew up fucking having rock wars sometimes, and we used to throw rocks at each other. But,
Fuck that. That shit
Shoot
sounds
BB
painful.
guns.
yeah,
I love
shoot
throwing
BB
rocks
guns,
at each other.
airsoft.
Yeah, BB
I
guns
love
I
throwing rocks at each
understand.
other until
We
until
used
their
to
mom
walk
tells me.
walk to the store, walk through the woods. That was always fun.
Yeah,
walking
go
through
play in the
woods.
woods
Yeah.
and shit, break shit, make sticks.
No, here's the problem, yo. I have
Shut
too
up.
many problems with racist people and shit that every time I go outside, I'm like to strangle a little kid, yo.
Why?
Like I'm
A
sitting, like,
little
there's
kid?
this kid. No, yesterday, right? This dude walks in. He quit engineering, right? I'm in engineering. He walks back
You're not
in.
a fucking
talks a little
engineer.
Yeah. He talks a little shit here and there. I'm like, all right, whatever. Then he takes a low blow.
Okay.
Right?
Go
This
on.
dude says, Because I told him I had only one parent. And he said, yeah, your other one ran away. That's a good thing. He did it to get away from you. And I was like, hold up a sec. He died.
Oh,
He said,
God.
he said, good for him.
Yo,
I got up. I
Wow.
was about to walk to this dude, punch him in his face, and beat shit at him until this girl saying, no, come on, Bobby, stop, chill, okay? Chill, Bobby, sit down. Okay, Bobby, just chill.
and Generation Sex
I was
kicked
not
in,
about
right?
to, like, I was not, no. I was not
Generation
about to throw
sex.
this girl on the ground just to beat the shit out of her. So I let the dude walk away, but I told her, and I like told myself, I said, the next time I see that dude, ain't no one gonna be there to help this dude. Like, I'm gonna punch him like straight in his face. I'm gonna take his girl and I'm gonna bang the shit out of her, yo.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. I encourage you to do that. I knew your father. You know, we only in a basketball relationship. I didn't really know him too much outside of basketball, but you know, if that was me and I was in a situation, I'd probably catch him too on an off day and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. I can't blame you for that.
I can't lie that your parent ran away. That shit's kind of funny because me and Tennek have a very similar background story. So we both came from single mother homes. So every time we're on Call of Duty and a motherfucker knows that we're not white, the first joke they go to is "your fucking dad left" or whatever.
Yeah, right. Yep.
I think it's. I mean, I laugh at it. I don't care, honestly. If you can't laugh at yourself, you know, then how much fun are you really having? I don't care. So I kind of cracked up when God of Death told us.
Nah, I don't like this dude because he's a quitter. Okay, I want to like beat. Oh my god, yo. I want to look.
Alrighty. So
All right,
as you can see, he's
I want to
going
rip
through
his
puberty.
throat out and put it back in his mouth, yo. I want to go
Does he
Mortal
live near you?
Kombat style up in this, huh?
Does
I
he
know
live near
where he
you?
lives, yo. He just goes to the same school, so I'm about to like walk up to him or ask someone like that knows him where he lives. I'm
Yeah, I'll
about to ring
drop
on
you
the
off
door,
his
but the
neighborhood.
second he opens that door, I'm gonna punch him in his face. I'm about to go Liu Kang style and do my bicycle kick all up in his grill, yo. I'm done. I'm going to like, I'm gonna go Cassie Cage. I'm gonna pop his nuts, and then I'm gonna, fucking like, turn my feet on fire and stick it through him.
All right. Well, I hope you do that.
All right.
So, well, like I was trying to say, I mean, BB, does anybody your age go outside anymore or do things like
Yeah,
that?
lots of people. I hang out with those. I hang out a lot of times.
Yeah,
with
I'm
those
sure
guys.
they do,
I
because
feel
I
like
see
I
their
don't-
dumbasses outside all the time.
Yo, don't you call me and my homies dumbasses
I'm
again,
not
okay?
I'm not referring to you. I'm talking about your weird ass friends.
Don't you talk about my friend Marcus, alright? Okay?
Oh, Marcus,
Marcus-
he's a prime fucking example. Oh my god.
Weird friend, weird ass
Okay,
friend.
don't talk about Marcus like that, yo. Just cause he sags his pants doesn't mean. Yo, dude.
Yo,
ran and
every
he
time
fell.
this little motherfucker come to my door, heads like pointed to the sky and everything. I don't know what the hell his mentality is from. Hey yo man, Bobby home. Dude's like 13, sounds like he's 40. I'm just like, yeah man, he's here. Can you come outside? I'm just looking at him like, what the hell?
No, to me, what's kind of funny.
Yo, yo. He ran after me because he was slapboxing, and he ran after me. This dude tripped because his pants were sagging too low. Oh my god, I started dying laughing. That's something that's cover too. About pants sagging.
That's what I don't understand about that, yo. If I ever fought like a thuggy person sagging their pants, first thing I would do is yank their belt off, wait for their pants to fall, and then fucking fight.
Like,
Because that's what you're thinking about in the middle of, a fight.
No, I don't get it though.
Even
They
Vesper
realize
telling
where
you to
pants
calm
sagging
down.
came from, right? Like pants sagging came from prisoners putting down their pants to let other prisoners know that they're ready for sex. That's where it's from.
Yes,
Yep.
I've seen that shared on
Thugs,
Facebook too.
thugs are walking around doing this. Oh god! Every time I see someone do it, I think they're gay. I'm like, yo, you realize where this came from, right? Like you're just asking a prisoner. Like if someone that came from prison sees you like that,
And then
he's
you
gonna
ask
be
for their number.
like, bring their ass over here, boy. Wait,
No.
I didn't hear what he said.
He said, then you ask for their number, and we know that that's what you do. So look,
Yes,
BB,
kind of.
my thing was, I couldn't wait to get home to go outside, and then when it came to girls, I couldn't wait to get home and hang out with girls. A funny story, I came home one day from school. This was ninth grade. I was seeing this girl in the neighborhood. Short girl. She's alright. Real cute.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Big.
So she's not like, you know, the hot Victoria's Secret models.
No,
She's more
nah.
She's like,
Nah,
what's that girl's name? What's that girl's name? She's
BB.
cute, but she ain't hot. Like, she cute, but
But what
she's
happened
not
was,
hot.
look, I crushed
Trying to remember
on
her
her
name.
best friend, and then her best friend moved back to California, and then it was kind of just like, hey, what's up? So, you know. Anyway, we had a
And then
little
you
thing
put
back
your
then.
dick
I don't know if they
all
still
up
do. BB,
inside.
calm down. I don't know if they still do it nowadays, but you know, we were friends with benefits back then, and it was funny because you know, like I said, short girl, but a very nice chest. And the three guys in here will tell you, well, two guys. Evie doesn't know this too much about me, but that is my one favorite thing,
Oh yeah.
hands down. So I'm a sucker for him. So anyway, long story. That's same. This is
A
same
sucker
girl
for him
who
to
on
like
the bus-
sucking on him.
Yeah, both. So this is the same girl from the bus. However, we're on a we used to get home and they used to come over. Her, my two pals, Carlton and Dustin, and Carlton and Dustin used to go play PS2 upstairs, and me and her used to hang out downstairs. So one day, my mom comes home mad early, and out of nowhere, I see her car go right past the window, and me and this girl are sitting in the living room of my house, which faces the front of the house. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And you know, at this time, I think I had like her shirt off or something, and we were making out or whatever. And Dustin and Carlton are upstairs, and I'm like, "Yo, get the fuck out! Run!" And like, so like I shoved them all in the garage, right? And Dustin was the only one who took his bike. So he rode his bike, and it was right in my driveway in front of the garage, on the kickstand, just standing there. And I was like, fuck. And so my mom comes in, they're in the garage hanging out, and she goes, who's here? And I was like, Dustin. And she was like, who else is here? I was like, no one, it's just him, it's his bike. I was like, I just told him to go in the garage. She was like, I saw you sitting in here with someone, who was it? I was like, nobody. I was just chilling. Dustin just chilling playing PS2. She was like, no, there's something. She said, if it wasn't, she's like, it better have been somebody else. She's like, what are you, gay? You sitting here with Dustin on the couch? And I had to act offended at the same time. I wanted to laugh. I was like, no. I was like, we were just chilling. Because I saw, you know, to this day, I never told her that there was a girl there. And then, like, I went into the garage and then they were just like, damn, you right? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all out the garage. And I just like opened the garage very quietly and let them out. And I was like, cut through the house. I was like, don't walk around this way. Don't walk around the front of the house. And the whole rest of the fucking 30 minutes of her just yelling at me saying, like, you better not be doing nothing with fucking Dustin or some shit like that. I had to lie, and I was just like,
I'm done.
So yeah, but that was important to me back then, man. I used to always try to hang out with her after school. And then as we got older, me and Artful used to skip class all the fucking time. This
hello?
motherfucker. You guys will never meet another person to do better in the classes that he wasn't present for versus the classes that he was actually in for. At 12th grade, I only had 3 classes. I didn't need that many credits, so I used to leave early. I used to chill through lunch, and then I'd just leave early. Eventually, Artful was just like, yo, I'm trying to leave, and he would just start leaving with me all the time. And every fucking day, we'd go to his house. He was the first one with high-speed internet out of all of us, so we used to go to his crib, download like every fucking song that would come out, and have all the fucking best mix CDs first before everybody else had the songs on CD, because everybody else would be at school. We would be, you know, there while he was skipping class. We would be using his high-speed internet, DSL at the time. He used to use his Bear Share. That was the program. I was a LimeWire guy, but he had Bear Share. And
LimeWire.
download that, download fight videos, download all that shit. And then by the time school was out, we would go pick up the rest of the crew. And then go drive around listening to fucking mix CDs that we picked up. Try to hang out with girls and shit. Go to Nicole's house. Go to Tiff's house. Hang out with play basketball. Like, do whatever. Just that was, once I got a car, that was it. That was the plan. Because unfortunately, Artful grew up a few miles down across town. So we didn't hang out until I was able to drive. Whereas me and Tennek grew up in the same neighborhood. So we hung out all the time and shit. But yeah,
yeah.
those are the fucking days. I don't know what you guys do now, B, because you guys have like, I feel like I never even see half of you driving anymore.
Yo, do y'all even know how to ride a
Yeah.
bike?
Yeah, that's a
Like,
real
for
question
real.
right
What is
there.
that? What is that?
Exactly.
Wow.
What is
You
a
know they
bike?
don't even teach these kids cursive anymore?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah, they're starting to ban that shit. Yep.
Yeah, what is cursive?
Mm.
They used to
You know,
tell
it's
us,
how you sign your
Wait.
fucking name.
Is cursive that thing that you write it and then it's pretty?
yeah,
Yeah.
you can
I'm
call
joking.
cursive that.
I know how to write cursive. My dad did not let me pass without like knowing
Yeah,
cursive.
well, I was working with kids at a summer camp for quite a few years, and
What the fuck is that?
none of them knew how to use cursive, and they said that they don't teach that anymore. Very shocked. When we were growing up, they used to tell us cursive was the only thing you'd be able to write in once you got in high school and college, and you'd only be able to use pen and all that shit. Sure enough, nobody gives a fuck about pen or cursive because all we do is type shit all day. And by the
True.
time college came around, nobody needed a fucking library anymore. Do you even know what that is, BB? A library?
Yeah. I
What?
have a library.
You have a library
It's
card?
that place where you read.
Yep.
What's reading?
Honestly,
Wait,
I just found out.
reading is that thing when you open a book and you look at it. Instead of
Interesting.
doing internet, you do a book.
See, I feel like we failed the young community, or the future generation.
I'm
You
just
did.
I enjoy reading, okay? I'm not like
Basically,
everybody else. I
we're
enjoy
fucked.
reading.
We're fucked because they're gonna have to take care of us when we're old.
No, because you have people like me who enjoy reading and all that stuff, okay?
Look, I just found out a couple months ago that the library actually has comic books. I thought that was pretty
Oh
cool.
my god, I'm done.
I had no idea that they rented comic books there.
But you know that's all people gonna read now, and they're gonna be like, you gonna have people jumping off buildings like I'm Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're just gonna jump off Bill.
because they read a fucking comic book.
Yo, they go to the library for the computer only. That's the only thing they go for, and then they're gonna see comic books. And like, yo, that is my job right there.
I don't know that that's gonna quite happen, but
Yeah, yo.
hey, so
That
who
can
right
happen.
now, BB? Are you into rap music?
I'm
Or
into
what's your
any
favorite
music
kind of
that I
music?
think is good.
Okay, so
Like, it just
what
depends
are
on what I'm
some
hearing.
what are some artists that you like right now?
Drake, Jason Derulo.
I fuck with Jason Derulo.
It's just a lot of just the different artists, yo. I just don't pay attention. I'm like, damn, this song's jamming. I find a name
You
of the
just
song. I
know the
listen.
song. You don't even really care about
Because
the artist.
I just like the song. I was like, oh my god, it's a beautiful song.
Oh, and that's actually very true. I've heard
Bruno
like
Mars, because lots
nowadays
of people say I look like him.
you do kind of look like Bruno Mars.
I tell him that all the time.
No, but that is true.
You say Rico Suave.
Apparently nowadays, the way albums are released, it doesn't matter about waiting for the single anymore because most people only like singles anyway. So as soon
Right.
as they hear it, they're just gonna download the singles. And whereas before, you needed, because radio takes so long to break singles nowadays, like a song can be out for fucking 6 months before it actually blows. Whereas before, you had to have a single before you could drop your album. And nowadays it doesn't matter because all the money is in individual downloads now rather than fucking full albums.
Vesper just said you guys are crazy for having Rock Horse.
Hey man, we used to do it. That was something we did, man. We obviously never used big ass rocks, but it was
He told me
fun.
to calm down.
I remember I shot one of my friend's sliding glass doors with a BB gun.
Oh shit.
Shattered the whole fucking thing. And then my other friend, he was looking. Yo, you remember playing in like sewage drains and shit? Like them big water runoffs and shit? Well, he was on the other end of one, right? So I was fucking around. I was like, I'm gonna hit you in the face with this. So I shot down there. That shit ricocheted like 3 times and it ended up in his lip.
Oh
And he went
wow.
and fucking cried and, and told his mom. I was fucking dying the whole time. I was like, yo, that shit's in your lip.
I remember one time my boy got a bunch of tickets at Kahunaville, R.I.P. Kahunaville. He won all these tickets, and with one of his prizes he got was a softball, a neon green softball. He was like, "Hey man, you want to go to the park and try it out?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." So he pitched it to me. First pitch, I was like Babe Ruth out that motherfucker. I smacked that shit straight. I didn't realize how hard I hit and how direct it was. That shit went hit him right in the heart. All you heard was a loud thump, and the motherfucker just dropped to his knees. I was like, "Oh shit!" I ran over to him, making sure he was alive and shit. That shit was fucking crazy.
Nah, he died. He died.
No, he didn't. He's actually in California right now.
You had to make sure he was alive. He died. No, he died.
Yo, he took a softball to the heart. I was 10 years old. Come on, man. I might have been 11.
Yeah. He died because the softball just broke his fucking chest.
Hey, he's older than me.
His ribs punctured his heart and he died.
Alright, so look, you stand in front of me while I hit a softball at your fucking chest, and then I won't check on you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna die, but I'm probably gonna be hurt real bad. Die. Unless you get like a high-powered machine that you like manually built.
Nah, I got something though. BB, were you ever into any card games, like collector cards? What were you into?
Yes. Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah, Pokemon's actually kind of popular in their generation. No why?
Pokemon is still popular.
Well, it did die at one point.
So
there was a period in time where Pokemon wasn't as popular, but I noticed now that all the
they brought it back.
still there.
So was Yu-Gi-Oh.
See, man, when we were about middle school age, Pokemon like blew up.
Yeah.
None of us ever played the game. I mean, I don't know if Mike did, but
oh yeah, I played them all.
No, I mean like I'm talking about the cards, like playing the actual.
Oh yeah.
Mike was like the only one who knew, like all of them were like everybody's like, "Yo, I got Pikachu," and Mike was like, "Well, that Pikachu's weak compared to new collectors."
I still have my card.
Yo,
like that's how it went, right? Like they'll be like, "Let's have a battle," and they pull out Pikachu and just be like, Mike will be like, "You forgot the table set. You forgot all these rules." And be like, he put all the table set. They'll be like, Mike will be like, "Squirtle, VIP, Golden Edition." I choose.
Yeah, VIP. Nah,
Target exclusive.
The funny shit was like, I played the game once maybe, but all it was about, at least in the hood, all it was about collecting the fucking cards, and then people started stealing rare cards and shit like that. I still have a few sleeves of cards that I saved, but when Artful tells you that he still has his card, let me tell you guys something about this motherfucker's collection. When he went away to the army, I had to babysit for his siblings, and one day I found his fucking binder. I seen it at the top of his shelf. One of the kids was in the closet, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then I was like, "Oh shit!" He had the legit Pokemon binder, and this motherfucker had a Charizard. It's like the first fucking card, or one of the first cards. And he had a rare for every class, every whatever category they were called, whatever. He had a shitload of. This binder was filled with rare cards. My collection, first of all, fucking one out of 1,000 people had a Charizard. First of all.
Yeah, I know.
That was like $100 card right there. You could trade in at any time and sell.
Are you for real? Everyone has a Charizard. Like everyone.
Now, dude, that shit was rare. There were people selling that thing for $1,000 on eBay.
No.
I was so tempted to steal that shit.
Yeah, Vesper knows what we're talking about. Holographic Charizard. He just said it.
Yes. I was so
they got a
tempted
picture
to steal
of Yoshi painted orange. Yo, I got Charizard. I got Charizard, man. Look at this.
Yeah, that's what they did. Nah, but seriously, I was so tempted, and this is like 2006, many years after I was even into Pokemon. But I was just like, 2006. I was just like half tempted to steal my fucking best friend's binder and just fucking keep the Pokemon cards. That's how much it brought back. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, wow, truly a collection to be jealous of if you grew up during that time. But I remember there was a place, Brandywine Collectibles, that you used to be able to go and sell your cards, and they would give you, a certain amount of dollars per rare and holographic and things like that.
Those were the days.
Is stacked with Pokemon cards. I'm not
I
even
believe
joking. This dude's obsessed with. He has 3 cans filled with Pokemon cards. He doesn't care if they're weak. He keeps them. He has like super strong Pokemon. I'm like, dude, chill. He's like, no, man, I'm collecting. He's like, gotta get them all. I was like,
Vesper just
yo.
said Nostalgia Cast should be the name of this podcast.
Yeah, it's a good podcast. See, I'm glad he's still listening. Yeah, Pokemon was one. I'm surprised that has withstood the test of time.
Pokemon
I know,
is famous.
I know a lot of kids now are into like Magic as well, Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I had a friend who, or not a friend, a kid that I was working with just last year. All he did was spend all his little cash from his farm job on Magic cards, Magic sets.
What is that? Like, do you get a picture of Houdini or something, yo?
No, Magic the Gathering. It's like Pokemon,
Oh.
but it's like Dungeons and Dragons type shit. Like it's.
Oh my God.
I'll probably get ridiculed for saying that and probably get some dislikes on the video for actually describing it that way. But I don't, it's the best way to describe it, wizards or whatever. I don't know. There's so many different cards. It's crazy, and there's some cards that are worth like a lot of money, and then a lot of them, you know, you can go to the flea markets and buy like 50 for $2.
Why are there sexual Yu-Gi-Oh cards? I don't get it.
I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh. That was just me.
Like I like there's this kid named Connor in my school. This dude has a binder full of like
Connor who?
80 Connor Foley. This dude has
Oh, I
like
don't know.
80 pages filled with Yu-Gi-Oh cards in a giant binder that he carries in his book bag. I'm like,
Could be
yo,
what?
what is this? He shows me like a giant dragon, and I'm like, yo, what the I'm
Yeah,
like,
he showed you his. He showed you his giant dragon, huh?
okay, that's. He has a mental disability. Okay, it's not funny to make fun of him. Okay.
So why are you making fun of his fucking Yu-Gi-Oh
I
collection?
wasn't making fun of it. I'm just saying he has a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay. You didn't let me finish though. He's like,
Go for
that's
it.
the rare collector's edition. Goku, Spirit Bomb, VIP, Battlefront, Gears of
Alright,
War,
here
Call of
we go.
Duty,
Yeah, that's what he said.
Minecraft. It's the Minecraft.
Yeah,
Search
because
and
all
Destroy,
those are
Team Deathmatch,
cards.
Domination.
So I'm about to
Mixed
show
into
our
one
age
card.
for real. I'm about to show our age for real because this never came back. So BB will never know what this is about.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yes, but early in the early elementary, there was a wave that happened and took over the country.
Don't tell me it's the
Pogs.
Pet Rock.
No,
Nope.
Pogs were.
Yep.
Pogs.
That
Oh
was
yeah.
our Pokemon. That was our Pokemon before Pokemon. It was like marbles, but collecting Pogs. And man, you could get tubes full of Pogs and meet up with your friends, play for keeps or not play for keeps, and that was that was the game, man. For any of you that don't know, BB, you may not know. It was they were just little cutouts. They were like cardboard cutouts shaped like coins, basically, a little bit bigger, and they had different prints, different heroes, different anything, cards, anything you could think of. They had prints of, and you just buy a bunch of Pogs, and then you play for keeps. You would stack them. You could pick how high you wanted to stack them, and then you take a slammer, which was like a heavier version of the Pog, pretty much usually metal. You slam it down. Bro, turn that down.
Nah, I'm looking at what Pogs are.
Okay, but look. You slam it down, and whatever Pogs flipped over, you kept on your turn. And motherfuckers used to get like the biggest slammers they could find. I remember. At a
Oh,
garage
yeah.
sale,
Shit down.
Yo, at a garage sale, I found a Green Ranger, metallic green Ranger slammer, and I bought that shit for like $1, and I started winning like so many fucking Pog matches against people just because of that slammer.
Yeah.
And that's like one thing I really wish I would have saved.
Oh.
You didn't keep it? What'd you do with it?
Get the rules.
I don't know what I did with any of them.
I
think
still
they
don't
just,
get the rules. Like, I'm about to search it.
I think they just made it out to the trash at some point because it
No,
kind of
guys,
died.
Before we
It couldn't
continue
last
on
that
this
long.
section of our story, this section of the podcast, let's go back a few steps back about how you were talking about the sex generation. All right. See, this is the problem with our generation, all right? We're so into our phones and stuff.
This
and
is
when we're
very
having
true.
sex, it's all Instagram and stuff. Like during the sex, it's like
All right.
Yeah, I bet.
and, like
You were on a good
Yo,
you
no,
were on a
no,
good path
yo,
there.
no,
I'm
no
about to
lie.
nut. Oh,
I
I'm
could
posting this right now, but I'm not-
picture some of these kids like freaking slamming a chick or
while they're having sex.
yeah, or taking it and making a meme out of it or something. Like just to embarrass some girl at school or some shit. I could picture them doing that.
So you bang the girl that you're like, just embarrass the girl that you're banging. Wouldn't they embarrass you because you're posting yourself banging
Not really. If you're trying to expose the girl to be a slut or something.
her? How would she be a slut? I mean, wouldn't you be a fuckboy?
Mm. I don't remember.
Oh
I don't
my
know half
God,
of these
mind
terms y'all come
blown.
up with.
No, fuckboy. Girls at
Fuckboy's
school
been
come
around.
Oh, and the fucking terms that these kids come up with nowadays.
Thought,
Just the fucking
Thought.
you a
Yeah.
thought,
thought
you
and
a
all
thought,
that
you a thought.
bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know what thought is.
Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
yelled at me
that
because I
hoe
said
over
thought
there
wrong.
or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, someone yelled at me because I said thought wrong. Like,
Although
like
I'm
they
not
said,
gonna lie.
they said you don't say it like thought, like you thought something. You say it like thought. I was like, are you a
Thought.
fucking idiot? Like thought. You say thought.
Oh yeah. Vesper, I saw
You're
your
fucking
question about Blade and Soul. My fault. I was into the conversation. Yeah, I was actually watching a few videos on that. It looks pretty good. Do they ever plan to bring that to console?
I will say, one of the words I do use is "bae." I do use that sometimes.
Well,
I don't
that
know.
that ain't bad. That's just babe without the B.
Apparently, it stands for before anyone else.
Yeah, people
Oh,
made
shit.
fun of that.
Wow.
That's what it stands for. See,
Oh
our
crap! I
generation
never knew
isn't
that.
bad.
That's creative though.
Your
Now that I think
generation creates words out of typos.
about it.
Yeah, someone tried to put I thought
Alright,
this. and they're like,
Vesper just
"Oh
brought
my
up a good
God,
one
you're
I've
a
actually
genius."
never heard. What is fleek?
Yeah, that's
Eyebrows
dumb.
on
No,
fleek.
I got this, guys. I got this. Fleek is supposed to mean like something like looks good or something. Like oh
on
my God,
point.
your eyebrows are on fleek, yo. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. That's not even a fucking.
Well, like, what does it
I think
mean?
it originated from some video. Like they're on point. They look good. Like
Oh
no,
my
I think it
God.
originated from a song. I'm not sure. Like it was a
a
fleek.
song or a video. I don't know.
I think it was a video.
But
It was some
they
video of
put
some
it-
fat bitch sitting in a car saying, "My eyebrows on fleek."
Oh yeah,
Oh, my
and then
God.
everyone was like, oh my God, that French dude. Oh my gosh.
Everybody's head exploded that day.
Mine did too.
They're like no, it's because everyone's high on bongs. They're like,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, oh God, that's how.
Yeah, I don't really. Luckily, I don't really hear too many people around me using that unless they're making fun of it. But I do think that is a stupid word as well. Fleek. On fleek.
Oh no, that John.
People have been saying John
That-
for a long time.
That's
Yeah.
been around forever.
Nah,
That's been
still,
around
John.
forever.
I don't get it.
I remember saying rad. That didn't last too long in my day, but I remember rad. Using the word awesome, actually using the word awesome.
That. There's still people that use that. I'm like,
Definitely Vesper. I'll check it out. I've been wanting to see that.
We used to say psych. I think that's the East
we
Coast
still
thing.
use
though.
psych. We still use psych.
I think it's the
use
East
psych a
Coast
lot.
thing because I used when I went back to California to visit my family and I would say psych, they'd look at me like I was fucking stupid. But out here, that's our regular old slang. We say psych. Them Philly people, bull. Everybody's a bull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bull.
That bull over there, man. That bull got hype. That bull about to get his ass beat. That
No,
bull ain't
it
shit.
originated because a bull.
Don't
like-
stop. Just stop right now.
Please,
You're
please
gonna force
don't.
yourself into a story that's not gonna work.
Okay, listen. A bull
No.
attacked a gangster, and the gangster said, "Oh no, that bull playing too much," and another gangster heard
Oh
him,
God.
but he was around the corner, so he didn't know what he was talking about. So he's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, yo, he called a dude a bull. That's genius." And told all his gangster buddies, and then they drive by. It's like, "Yo, guess what? The new word is bull," and just drive away.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yo, bull, you play too much. You play too much, bull. This motherfucker.
When I first heard Bull, like someone said, "Yo, Bull, you play too much." I was like,
Yeah, Vesper, that's fine. You can put
I
your
looked around the
Twitch
school.
link
I was
in
like,
there.
what?
Yeah, shout out to Vesper, man. He's supporting us during these podcasts. I appreciate that, man. I don't know
Definitely.
you,
Vesper.
but appreciate anybody listening right now. And I hope that if you're on any kind of network, you'll retweet one of these links and, you know, tell people it's a funny podcast to listen to. We haven't even really gone that long tonight, but I think we have we have some good material tonight. It's going really well. I'm enjoying the
Yo,
conversation.
you know what's the problem with me? When I'm listening to funny stuff, I just fall asleep. Like if I was Vesper watching this, I'd be asleep right now. I just wouldn't really care.
Well, he's probably not watching
Until I heard the
He's probably just
14-year-old
listening.
kid, until I heard the 14-year-old kid start talking all hype, and then I'll be like, oh my god, I'm awake.
Yeah, because that's what woke him up. You.
He did say I need to chill, so maybe he's here to calm me down.
Thank you, Vesper. That means a lot.
Sure.
He says he enjoys listening to it.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support. Real.
Yo, that's our man till the end, man.
All right, Mike. So what do you remember from your childhood?
Yeah, bring something up, Mike.
From my childhood?
I remember getting the
That
deluxe
they don't
edition
do anymore
Pikachu.
these days.
I remember getting the deluxe edition Pikachu.
Yeah,
Alright,
the
Biggie, hold on,
deluxe
Biggie.
edition Pikachu.
Yo, I got one. Memory cards.
Yeah.
Oh, back to gaming. That is true. Memory card. Very true.
BB, what's a memory card?
I don't know.
I got one. How about a demo disc?
Oh
Wow.
man, all the way up to PS2. No,
Those
that
are hurting my brain.
BB, you cracking us up when you said I don't know. A memory card back in the day, BB, basically to save a game you had to have a memory card. And they were like what, 8 megabytes or 32
Oh,
megabytes?
Yeah.
that's the memory. Okay, yeah. I know what it is.
We had to bring
I had that
our
for my
memory
PS2.
cards. Yeah, you had to bring your
Rumble
memory
pack,
cards over to other people's houses to. Now,
Yeah.
N64 saved on the console. That was the good thing because there were cartridges still. But PlayStation, you had to use a memory card. And then if you wanted to bring your shit to your friend's house, you had to bring your memory card to load your shit. Otherwise, you would be starting from scratch, like at their crib.
I've actually played Nintendo stuff because my uncle, he had all that stuff. He loved all that.
Yeah, it sucked though. Remember,
He still has. Yeah. He still has the original.
You don't
like, the
remember? Don't
first
say.
Xbox.
Yeah, you don't remember what I'm talking about.
No. I'm talking about the Nintendo, bro.
Okay, I get that, but look, I'm saying
Oh my
like.
god.
Listen, to Artful and Tennek though. Don't you remember?
Why
It
do
was
you
like
sound like
one of the
Michael
hardest.
Jackson?
Because he is. Look at the.
He looks just like him.
a young Michael. But nah, the hardest decisions would be like when you were out of space and you had to pick like what games you think you might not ever play again because you needed to delete shit so you could save it. Otherwise, you couldn't turn your console off.
That's me right now.
That was the worst. I hated that shit.
No, that's literally me right now. These games take up like 58 gigabytes per game, yo. Like,
Yeah, 58 gigabytes.
and then I had a game that I had downloaded took 1 terabyte.
Yeah, well, he's not. I don't know about a terabyte, but some of these games do take a crazy amount. Like Advanced Warfare, I think that thing almost has like 70 gigs on my console.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's because you bought deluxe PlayStation Plus.
Target exclusive.
Exactly. ASM1 double pack. Pikachu edition.
How do I
version.
see? How do I check what's like saved or how big the files are?
If you go into
Save data.
Application save data management
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
or system storage management?
Wait, hold on.
System storage.
My
Yes,
shit's
system
almost. Damn. I only got. Oh wait. Applications 344 gigs worth of apps.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yo.
That's just every
What?
game you got installed on your thing.
Wow. Why the fuck is
See, look at
Destiny?
this.
Destiny's not installed, but it was because I played it at your house.
No.
The
Call of Duty
fuck?
Advanced
Hold
Warfare
on.
is 69 gigabytes.
Yeah, dude, I told you.
Oh my god. Grand Theft
Black
Auto is
Ops
57
3 is already
gigabytes.
12.38, and that was just a demo. Yeah, I got 63 for Call of Duty. Bloodborne's my next highest.
Yeah, Vesper wasn't believing me at first. Vesper, we're dead serious, man. Almost 70 gigs
Wow.
for Advanced Warfare.
Wow. I'm gonna delete something. I don't even fucking know.
Well, remember, dude, when Black Ops 3 comes out, you can delete Advanced Warfare, and you can... Do you still have Ghost installed on your shit?
Yeah, I could probably get rid of that.
Yeah.
You delete that, and you got a whole bunch of space for it. Wait,
So
hold
what was
on.
your thing, Mike? What was your thing that you remembered?
Hold on, before you continue story, because I know it's gonna be long. Did you guys know that they're making a Xbox or something that has like I think like 2 or 1 terabyte? Like they're just putting it out there and they designed it and all that. They're like,
Yeah, they got
I just want to do this.
Yeah, there's hard drives
That
out
whole terabyte.
out there now holding a terabyte or 2.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 1 terabyte. And I'm like, yo, what is the point of all that space, dude?
100 gigabytes for a game? Screw that. Yeah,
So Mike, what was the thing that you remembered?
Let's see here. I did bring up demo disc.
Oh, demo discs. Yeah. You want to explain that to the viewers and to BB over here?
All right. Well, BB, let me tell you about demo disc. All right. So you know how you go into the PlayStation Store and you download betas and stuff like that. Like, you know how you got Battlefront. Well, instead of that, right? Imagine you'd every time you bought like a PlayStation magazine or when you first got your console or whatever, you'd get this little CD every month that just had like 5 or 6 different game demos. And mind you, this CD made you happy as hell because you could try out all the new stuff. And half of them, right, the really good ones, which what pissed me off, is they'd only be videos. It wouldn't be a demo of anything. You'd just have to sit there and watch like some game you'd be dying for. It wasn't coming out for months.
Guys, Mike, I'm gonna send a picture to the group, but then I want you to pull it up on the stream or whatever so other people can see. You know, because you're just streaming your gameplay right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want you to show them the picture real quick. I'm gonna send it in the group on PlayStation.
I don't know if you'll be able to.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't show up?
It'll come up
Probably
with like a blurred out box.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm gonna still send it to you guys anyway, so you can see. Let's see. Artful.
Oh, he said he was referring to a 1 terabyte game. Oh, screw that.
Yo, what? 1 terabyte game?
They better start giving hard drives with games and shit now.
Yeah, no.
Nah, yo, I'm like, no. If they're gonna give that game out for 1 terabyte, they better start giving us like 10 terabytes per PlayStation. I'm done.
Yeah,
more than 10.
Terabytes are gonna become the new gigabytes.
1,000. Yeah, well, pretty much. First was just megabytes. All right, let's see what this picture is.
Oh, my incense burned out.
Yep.
See it, Mike?
Hold on, I'm loading it up right now.
Yeah, that brings back the good old days.
You weren't even alive.
I remember that. Demo disc.
I got the original. You see it yet?
What? Mike? The Metal Gear Solid demo CD.
Yep. I have a bunch.
Oh
a couple of PlayStation games stuffed in the little case, but see, I have this little drawer down here in my little man cave that I like to call it, and I have it's labeled retro games. So I have a PlayStation 1. I have 3 controllers for that. One of the original DualShock controllers. I got the Metal Gear demo CD plus a bunch of other little games I saved. Not all of them. And I wish that I would have saved my PS2, but I did sell that. I got a Super Nintendo, a couple games only, I got a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow in it right now. I
Game
did
Boy
save
Color.
my favorite PlayStation 2 game probably ever. I did save San Andreas, even though I don't have a PS2 no more. I have a Sega Genesis with no games except Lion King. It seems I thought I had more. And
Lion
the
King.
other gem that I have is a
Simba's dad
Sega
died.
Game Gear.
Game Gear. Ooh. Oh,
Yep.
baby.
And I have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with Tails, Power Rangers the movie, X-Men game, and Surf Ninjas. This Game Gear was... man. Game Gear was the shit. Back in
Yeah,
the
it
day.
was.
That was like the rival to Game Boy. And I just remember getting one after having a good report card at the end of the year. And that shit was the best. Handheld consoles. Those were a thing back in the day.
Yes, they were.
This was BB. Basically, this was like your PlayStation Vita now. And your DS and all that
And
shit.
I was like, what? And you were like, what? And you guys were like, what? And I was like,
I got one. Did
What's
any of you
that?
guys ever use a Virtual Boy?
I don't think I have.
I didn't have one, but my a cousin of mine did have it. That was the one where you put the glasses over your head, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Yeah, it was like 3D or whatever. It was all red.
Yep. Yep. That was it.
Spy Kids? You talking about Spy Kids?
No,
No,
Virtual
we're not
Boy was a
talking about
console.
Spy Kids.
The fuck?
Man said Spy Kids.
Spy Kids.
When you talking about that, I mean, they wear 3D goggles to see the robots. Right?
No, BB, this was a console made by Nintendo. And it was like a little headset thing that sat on a stand. You just, with like a controller that came out of bottom, you just stuck your face in there and played like
Wario.
Mario
that was like
Tennis.
The main
Yep.
Wario. What was the? I can't remember what the subtitle was, but that was like the one that they marketed with the Virtual Boy or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember my mom was married to somebody at the time, and his nephews were my cousins at the time. They had like all the games. They had the Sega CD before Sega Saturn or whatever.
Nice.
They had the Virtual Boy or whatever. Had everything, man.
How about Sega CD? The little one that attached to the side of Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I never had that, but
Yeah, I had that, Sega Genesis, and 32X.
yeah, that's what they had too. That came out after, right? Right before Sega Saturn.
Yeah, one that was a cartridge that took more cartridges. I never understood the point of that thing, but
Sega had a good run, man. They really had something with the Dreamcast. I feel Dreamcast is very underrated.
yep, Sonic CD, Vesper. Yep, Vesper news.
I'll never forget the day I saw Sonic on Nintendo. I felt like a part of me died that day.
Yep. Well, the first time I played Sonic Adventure, a Dreamcast classic on GameCube. And then it was actually remade on PS3.
I remember GameCube.
GameCube, but that was a long time later.
No, I
Damn.
remember that.
Yeah, I felt bad when Sega went out.
Yeah, dude, the thing was, like, I don't care what nobody says, Dreamcast was an awesome system. My whole thing was, it was just ahead of its time. It had a 128-bit processor, which was the same processor in PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
2.
Yeah, I just think it was ahead of its time. If it would have came out when it was supposed to, I think it would have did a lot better.
Crazy Taxi, think about that. That was a good game. The graphics on that game for that time period.
Yeah. Great.
What was it? Wasn't Virtual Fighter on there too?
Mm-hmm.
Like on Sega Dreamcast. That was a very underrated system, man.
Yep.
That's how I felt the same way when I saw Crash and Rayman on fucking Nintendo Wii. I was just like, come on, man. PlayStation was supposed to never let this shit go. That's what made it fun. Was everybody, you know, Nintendo had Mario, Sonic, Sega had Sonic, we had Crash.
Yep.
While we're on the topic of games, I think we can all agree that the worst game of all time is Echo the Dolphin.
Yep.
Never got past the second level.
I never
What
got
is
past
that?
the fucking first thing they sit you in. BB, basically Echo, was it a movie too? No, I don't think it was a movie.
No, I don't think so.
Echo the Dolphin was a game, and I guess it was supposed to be for girls? I don't know. Basically, you were a dolphin in water, and you just fucking had to find your way to the next... I don't know, I never got past the fucking beginning. I just remember jumping out the water, jumping in, jumping out, swimming back and forth through a hole, never getting anywhere, never advancing. It was
Getting
the
killed by
most...
sharks.
Yeah,
Yep.
the most pointless game of all... Oh my god. I still get angry inside thinking about that fucking game.
Game sucked.
I'm watching somebody play it right now.
It's because you're
Now
crazy.
you can see. Yeah, that is Echo the Dolphin. It was... Oh my god. I don't even know how to describe it.
Shit.
Besides it, yeah,
Sandwich.
besides that.
It's a bunch of fish.
Mm-hmm. Game sucks.
What are you doing? They're just jumping in and out of the water.
Yeah, it was fucking pointless. The worst game of all time. Hands down. Ah, turn it down. I
Is
don't
that
want to
all
hear
you're
that
supposed to
fucking
do?
music.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know, BB. I wish I could tell you what to do.
What did that sound, Kevin?
That was Echo the Dolphin.
And that game was horrible. Oh my god, it's like torture to my ears.
However, I still think PlayStation 2, one of the best systems of all time.
Definitely.
No, I'm watching this dude play. He a beast.
Wow, Vesper brought up two good ones.
What's
Duck,
that?
DuckTales and Goof Troops for Super Nintendo.
Oh shit! I remember DuckTales.
Woo!
I thought you were gonna say Duck Hunt at first.
Ooh, yeah. I remember that.
Duck Hunt, man, oh man! I just point the gun on the fucking TV,
Yep.
shoot all those fucking ducks.
And still miss. That was the best part.
Oh
I used to
man,
hate that.
fucking Duck Hunt. It came with Mario, right? So you had to like select it in the beginning or some shit in
Yep.
order to play it. Oh
Yep.
man, that was NES. Super Nintendo was a huge upgrade from that, though.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo was very good. I did enjoy that.
Yeah,
What
NES was freaking
would your
amazing.
favorite game be on PlayStation 2, Tennek?
On PlayStation 2,
If you had to narrow it down.
it's between the Bouncer. It was a launch I think one of the launch titles by SquareSoft. It was a fighting game. Between that, Gran Turismo 3 Aspect. And speaking of that, I do got a story to tell you guys about good old Cass here later.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna expose that today, you bastard. But and of course, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot you're a big Kingdom Hearts fan. How about you, Artful?
And Time
Oh,
Splitters.
you-
Don't forget Time Splitters. My fault, Artful.
That game sucked.
No, I remember
Probably pretty
Town
much
Spreaders.
the
That game was
same
fun.
as Tennek.
Really?
I love the bouncer. I like the original Kingdom Hearts. Yeah,
I don't
pretty
think that I
much.
played the bouncer.
Oh, dude, you would have loved it. It was
The first
fighting
game I
game.
had with PlayStation 2 was Gran Turismo 3 and ATV Off-Road Fury.
That was a good
And
one.
then we ended up, yeah, it was. Then we ended up getting like all the fucking games. If WWE SmackDown had came out on PS2, the first one, I mean, there was another one that came out, but had the first one come out on PS2, that might be one of my favorites because that was a very good game. But yeah, for me, I think it's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know why, but that game, I can't remember any other game keeping me like how we just described how the kids are now. That was me like every day for 2 weeks when that game came out until I finished that story. I was so hooked to that fucking game. And if I had to narrow it down, I think that would be has to be my all-time favorite on PlayStation 2.
Grand Theft Auto, my
Grand
favorite
Theft Auto.
thing to do was just free roam and
Yes, yes.
survival and just get as high as I could with the cops.
That's what I used to do in with Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City though, but it wasn't until Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that I was like, boom, like I want to finish the story. I have to finish the story. I
Right.
was so fucking hooked into it. And you could work your dude out in the gym and shit and make him strong as fuck. Oh man. That.
Oh
that
yeah,
to me-
San Andreas. Didn't it have split screen too?
No, not that I
Okay.
recall.
Yeah.
I think it did.
I used to
Did it?
play San Andreas with
Yeah.
my uncle.
You had to get
No,
like
you're
the
right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was his favorite GTA too. He said he was hoping that GTA 5 had the same capability.
Well, Tennek mentioned one of his favorite games was Gran Turismo 3. And what he failed to mention is that when I first met him, we got together to play PlayStation 2. And he was a big Gran Turismo guy. He had all the cars unlocked. He had the best car unlocked. And we both drove the same car. He drove his like a different color or something, I don't remember. And we had a race. Now, this guy liked to do 500 lap races on a regular old round speedway. So I made sure we didn't do that, but it was a long ass race. And some shit happened, and ultimately I beat this motherfucker's ass in Gran Turismo 3, his favorite racing game of all time.
That is not what happened.
So when he tells you his story, his the way he remembers this chain of events, I'll explain to you what really happened.
Alright. Let me tell you guys what really happened. Cass, as you know, is a very skilled and adaptive player, just like Artful here. We were on here on Gran Turismo, and for once, I had good old Cass in a game. He was gonna lose that damn race. Cass is a very competitive person. He does not like to lose, and he will win at all costs. So, a crazy idea triggered in his brain, and I love my racing games. I take them seriously. I even have a wheel right now on my PS4. But I had one on my PS2, sorry. And it was a nice, nice $100 Logitech. Those were the pricey, super ones back then. We are a short distance away from the finish line, or on the final lap, somewhere close to the end of the race, I believe.
Very close to it.
Yeah. And he decides to yank that wheel with everything he has.
This is where the story gets a little
And my car
sketchy.
spun like Tony Hawk doing the 900. It was nuts. You would think I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater the way my car went.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, how it really happened is this. If you know my pal Tennek, my buddy Mike, if you know him like we know him, you know that when he gets in the lead in any game, he starts to get very nervous. Mike is a very nervous guy. He starts to get a little anxious, wondering if it's going to happen. He shakes a little. And when I say he has the shakes, like he does get the shakes, okay? He gets nervous and his heart pounds. We play private matches all the time in Call of Duty, and he'll get up like a couple kills here and there, or sometimes he'll get really close. And I'll say, Mike, your heart must be really pounding right now, huh? And he'll be like, yo, shut up, chill, I'm trying to focus. Because he knows that in his heart of hearts, he shakes like crazy and gets nervous thinking that it's finally going to happen. So we're flying, and you know, Mike played this game. I had the game, did not play it. I will admit that right away. I go to his house, we're playing. He's driving on his wheels, swearing that he's in a real car. And I'm in, you know, I'm just holding the controller, like whatever. And he's got a lead on me. And I look over, and I'm like, why is this motherfucker shaking like this? And I just see him, and his hands are shaking. You can hear the controller just like rattling in his hands. And I was just like, yo, are you okay? And he was just like, chill, man, I'm about to beat you, chill. And he's just shaking. And the next thing you know, like, he just like jerks like one time all crazy. He just shakes, and his car spins out. And I'm like, oh shit, like I had to move my car out of the way. And you know, when we were younger, like the adults didn't know how to play the game. They like pull the controller as if they're steering with the controller and not just analog sticks. At that moment, I did one of those because I was like, oh shit, trying to avoid the wreck that Mike just caused by shaking. So I was able to, you know, veer around him, and I ended up cruising to the finish line. Meanwhile, he was, you know, spinning, doing burnout, whatever he was out on donuts, whatever. It was like then he tried to catch up, but you know, it was just too late. And I to this day, I mean, it was just me and him in there, and honestly, you know, I don't know how to explain why he lost it the way he lost it, man. But he was nervous and shaking. I'd never seen a man that shaky in my life until I saw him Harlem Shake about a year later. But at that moment, man, it was intense. I'll tell you that much.
Do you still have that picture of me doing that Harlem Shake?
No, I never had a picture.
Okay.
Oh wait. No! I think I did have a picture. You are right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into the archives for that one. These were back when you had to actually print pictures, people. I'm gonna have to look in the archives for that one. I do remember. Yes, I do remember that now. Oh man, this guy was a funny Harlem Shaker. I'll tell you that much. Which was a dance that was popular in the beginning of our high school tenure. I don't know what they do nowadays, but they do that
just fucking bathrooms.
Yeah, and they do the whip and the nay-nay.
Oh my god, that stupid song.
Hey, did God of Death? Oh, there he is. Hey, do you guys whip and nay-nay while you're having sex in the bathroom all day long?
Yes. Yo, you just hear, now watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. Watch me whip. Whip. Nay-nay.
I'm sure that's how it goes.
I'll give you guys a good preview, whatever, of what you're gonna hear if you walk into my school.
Oh god.
This should be interesting.
Okay.
Remind me to never come to your school.
Hurry up, baby.
There's two things I want to show you guys, okay?
One of them better not be your dick.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a dick pic.
And the other one better not be your nuts.
No, one's gonna be my nuts and my dick, and one's gonna be my nipples.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I already want to kill myself. Kill myself. kill myself.
You are a strange man. Alright, baby. As
What's so bad about
disturbing as
watching a
that
bunch of
was,
cheerleaders do the whip in Nene?
as disturbing as that was, yeah,
Do you guys notice how rappers get younger and younger?
no.
You don't notice that, yo?
They're always gonna
Silento's
be
young.
Yeah, but we had Little Bow Wow.
And Romeo.
Oh,
You
Bow
probably
Wow?
don't even know. You just know him as Bow Wow, but we had him as Little Bow Wow. He was a 13-year-old rapper, and
Exactly, they get younger. Now we got like a 9-year-old like, yo, what up, little nigga? Here's his
yeah,
rapper. Yeah, there was
Don't.
a 4-year-old rapping on America's Got Talent, yo. I was like, what this dude got?
I believe it. Bow Wow was rapping when he was 5.
I was like, oh, this dude straight up got bars, so he good.
Yeah, we have to do a music topic one of these days too, because we touched on it slightly, but they're definitely talk about some music for sure. However, we want to thank everybody who listened and will listen later, hopefully. You know, play this shit while you're driving, do whatever you're doing, just put your headphones in, listen to this. It's some funny conversation to listen to while you're going about your day. However, you know, we're gonna wrap it up now. I think we got a good first podcast right there. And
Definitely.
we're gonna wrap it up and, you know, go from there. Let us know some topics you guys might want to hear about. We're not always gonna have God of Death, but you know, we thank him for coming along because this was a great. I thought that it was fun to see the differences in our responses, and you know, he's definitely a unique one for sure. But he's a good kid nonetheless, and so Vesper, thank you specifically for, you know, commenting and joining in on the conversation. Like I said, man, if you want to tell anybody to listen in and talk to us and shit, hey, we like to interact with you guys. So, but we hope you guys will listen to this shit. You know, hopefully we were able to bring some of you back to the past a little, and hopefully for some of you young kids, we, you know, taught you a little something. All you Generation Sex people out there.
Generation Sex.
Mike, you want to go ahead and plug in the social media stuff?
Alright, guys, well, don't forget, follow Kas on Twitter at twitter.com/doskevz, DOSKEVZ. Also on Snapchat, same link, doskevz. Don't forget to subscribe to Artful Vengeance at youtube.com/ArtfulVengeance. Also follow him on Twitter, twitter.com/ArtfulVengeance. And you guys know me, of course, Tennek127. All my websites, channel links, and everything are right here at the front of my YouTube page. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace,
If
guys.
you guys got any recommendations, just tell us. And not to self-advertise here, but
Go for it, man.
Go for it.
There's a dude named Bobby Money somewhere on YouTube that you can find him easily, okay? He's probably like the best dude I've ever watched. He only has 5 subscribers, but you should watch his videos. They're pretty good. You know, he's the best YouTuber I've ever watched. I don't know this kid personally.
No lag, guys. He has a lot
amazing.
of good Roblox content, which is basically like an MMO version of Minecraft on PC. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. He actually has a few decent videos up on it, so feel free to check out. Apparently he doesn't know his own channel link, which is youtube.com/BobbyMoney. So be sure to check that out.
I know what it is, okay, sir. I just wasn't trying to self-advertise.
Yes, self-advertise. That's what it's for. That's why you're here.
No. I'm not trying to self-advertise, because if I self-advertise, I'll get too popular, and then I got girls all over me. I'm not like that.
You don't want that?
No, I said I'm not like that.
No, he doesn't want that.
I'm trying to be loyal.
He wants to do. What, you got a girlfriend?
Huh?
Oh.
No.
He ain't got no girlfriend.
He got quiet there for a second.
We might have to find out about that the next time we have him on the
Yeah,
show.
no. We're going to send Mommy a copy of this podcast.
It's because I got a boyfriend, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, a boyfriend.
Oh my.
Here we go.
And Mike's gonna give her that copy.
Personally.
Yeah, once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time out your day. We hope we provided you with some kind of entertainment. Let us know what kind of topics you guys like to talk about, and we can always, someone like Vesper would be more than willing to have you join in if I don't know if he has PlayStation or not, but if you did,
He's a PC player. He's actually doing a stream tomorrow. Yeah, Vesper. Anytime you want to
cool.
jump in something with me, dude, let me know. I have no problem doing that.
But anybody else? Hopefully you'll find this entertaining as well, and continue to give us a chance. Just starting out, that was our first random topic podcast. However, we do have the Bloodbro series that we are doing a Bloodborne New Game Plus walkthrough, and it's funny as shit too because we get fucked up, we beat the shit out of beasts and shit, and we talk shit the whole time, so it's pretty good.
Yep, and we make a lot of ribs, especially Kas.
You'll find out about the ribs. Watch our first episode. It was a blood-starved beast, to be exact.
Yo, but that's bestiality.
No.
And on that note,
thanks for tuning in, guys, and good night.